First of all, the impeachment inquiry is a scam. You can't impeach a president for doing a great job. This is a scam, and the people are wise to it.
Contrary to what the president had to say just yesterday, 3 new polls are out just today. They show support for impeachment is truly on the move. For that, our national political correspondent, Steve Kornacki, is back with us and at the big board where he belongs. Hey, Steve.
Hey, Brian, that's right. So 3 new polls out today. And remember, it's interesting here, the context of this. If you broaden it out the last couple of years, impeachment polling had really been stagnant when we were talking about Mueller, the Russia probe and all of that. Since this Ukraine story hit, since Democrats announced they're beginning the impeachment inquiry, we've been seeing some changes, and the 3 new polls that came out today reflect that. Let me take you through it, and keep in mind, the terminology when we talk about impeachment polling, very important. Here's what I mean. First of all, this is the question specifically of the impeachment inquiry. So this is asking voters in the poll, do you approve, do you support, do you like the idea of the House of Representatives launching an impeachment inquiry into President Trump? Not the same as asking, do you want to impeach Trump? Do you want to remove him from office? Do you want to get him out? Just do you support the inquiry? And look at the 3 new polls today. Quinnipiac, support for it, 53%. Our own NBC News Wall Street Journal poll, support for the inquiry, 55%. The Washington Post poll this morning, 58%. These are some of the largest numbers in terms of support that we have seen for the impeachment inquiry. Majority support for the inquiry in all of the polls today. Look at the opposition, low 40s, high 30s, getting to be sort of a solid range there between support and oppose on the inquiry. How about this? If you broaden it out, here is every poll that we have found since Nancy Pelosi announced the beginning of this impeachment inquiry on the question of the inquiry. And you can see it right here. Look at this. How many are over 50%? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the 8 polls that have come out since this inquiry has been launched. Outright majority support for the impeachment inquiry. The other 2, plurality support, 49-43, 49-46. Every single poll that has come out has shown more support than opposition for the impeachment inquiry. So on that, Democrats appear to be on pretty decent political ground right now. Take it a step further, though. Not just the inquiry, but impeachment. Should the House impeach? Should the Senate remove? Should Trump be removed from office? What does the polling look like on that? A more complicated picture. The 3 new polls out today, Quinnipiac, more opposition than support. Our NBC News poll, more opposition than support. Other way around in the Washington Post poll, but no matter how you slice it there, much narrower in terms of both sides, different than the inquiry, more support for the inquiry. It's a little bit more muddled when you look at the impeachment question overall, but both of those numbers have moved dramatically since this Ukraine story emerged. By the way, one quick thing to keep an eye on when you look inside these polls, one thing we're always looking at, the Republican numbers, because that's one of the keys for Trump, the sense among Republican senators that, hey, the Republican Party voters support him. So you see on the low end, 6% here in one poll supporting impeachment. On the high end today in one of the polls, 18%. The more you see numbers like 18 coming in consistently, the more trouble Trump might be in, the more it's like 6. The more he has a chance of holding Republicans together.
Fascinating stuff, Steve. Hey, pure politics, Democrats 2020.
Yes, very quickly on this, big news today. The average of all polls, first time, check this out. Look at that. Joe Biden is not in first place. He's been in this race for 6 months. He has led the polling average every day he's been a candidate. This afternoon, a new poll came out, again with Warren in first place. And for the first time, it's only 0.2 of a point, but for the first time, Elizabeth Warren leads the Real Clear Politics poll average ahead of Joe Biden.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.